Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Sim racing fans, and welcome to another thrilling round of GT3 action here from the IIL, ILAKA Esports and Karting League. Tonight we head to the stunning Misano World Circuit. This is on the, well, it's in Italy over there, right on the coast. You better be ready for a tactical showdown here tonight. My name is Sean Stam. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. We already got the old YouTube chat popping off. We got fans excited to see some racing here tonight. You are going to see some immaculate racing there. We got to take a look at this. Not only a tough, treacherous, very technical track to work with here tonight. 4.17 kilometers. Pretty hot day as well. 25 degrees Celsius. Sitting at an altitude of, holy, we are mountain here tonight. 8 meters above sea level. I'm just kidding. That's right above their sea level. This is going to be a fun race to watch here. Once again, I mentioned the format, you could call it. We have silver and gold racing tonight. We're going to start you out with silver, as well as there's 2 different races per class. Silver series, we're going to have a 20-minute race, then re-rack them, stack them, then hang around for the gold series race on the same broadcast right after race number 2. We will split up that gold series, and they will be there will be a top 10 inversion after that for that second race for the gold series. But back to the silver series here tonight. We got Aldi Goldberg here. He's going to smack it out there up on the pole. A 134.374, very fast, respectful lap time there for Aldi. Lev Leron Schechter there in that 3rd spot. Yadon Levi rounding out that 2nd row. Ido Tal Stern, Gabriel Fuchs, Erza Rafael, Asaf Yadon. How about Iran Frinkel, Ofer Mazuz, as well as Mini Lands. We only got a 12 driver field here tonight for the Silver Series, but trust me, that is more than enough drivers to get some action flowing. Speaking of action flowing, take a look. Finally, well, you saw the start lights there. They're not quite out here just yet, but we are ready to get rolling for a rolling start. And keep an eye on this race starts here, boys, girls, race fans of all ages. This is going to get tight because this newer tire model within the iRacing universe, once again, it's there you see it. These drivers there are trying to weave, jeeve, and jive some temperature and pressures into these, once again, newly kind of reinstated, regrouped, and rearmed GT3 tire models here within the iRacing sim racing universe. It's going to be something we will keep an eye on here as the lights are out on the safety pace car, so keep an eye on Audi Goldberg and Roden Lev here. Drivers starting in that front row. Audi Goldberg is running the Mercedes AMG here tonight, and holy gravel there. What in the name? I didn't think we already had a driver off the course there, but it was looking like my favorite ski resort there. A little bit of snow, that gravel's going to feel like it. Here we go. We have waited 2 weeks for it. Here we go. Once again, green flag racing in the IIL, ILAKA Esports and Karting League. So far, far. Cordial start, nice, clean, calm, cool, and collected. Aldi Goldberg still continuing to retain the lead. Here comes Rodem Lev, Yadon Levi, Liron Schechter right up there with them. No switches on spots except for Yadon Levi and Liron here early on. Liron trying to send it down there into the tight, heavy braking zone, or double right-hander apex. So far, no harm, no foul, keeping things moving and grooving. Gotta remember, just a week ago in race number 2 at Spa, Liron finished P3. He has already gained 1 spot. He is knocking there on Yadon Levi's rear bumper for that 3rd spot. We got YouTube chat still popping off here. 3rd Musketeer, Leanne, Terry, Ted is down here with us, as well as we continue to run side by side. That Porsche GT3, number 34 there for Liron. He continues to find some pace as Gravel continues to rooster tail at the rear end of that Porsche. Long straightaway to work with here. It's going to look like NASCAR. We got some slipstreams, we got some drafts to work with. Here we go. Yadon Levi, Edo Tao continues to inch closer a little bit for that final driver interview spot. Here comes Edo Tao as well, the number 4 and the one, the only BMW GT3 out here on the field here tonight. That big sniff machine for the BMW, always big old nostrils on each and every BMW. That GT3 looking like he has some real nice pace tonight. Qualified 5th, continues to run 5th as he has some real nice battling up in his front windscreen. Ooh, contact! I saw that one coming there. Big sniff BMW. Gonna say see you later there. Tao's gonna end up getting right on by. Unfortunately there for Yadon Levi as goodness gracious, the Gravel still rooster tailing at the rear ends of these machines. Here comes that American powered Chevrolet Corvette. Almost called it Camaro. That Chevrolet Corvette, Edon Frinkle just sent it down into, once again, another double right-hand apex. Somehow able to get that puppy to stick. Let me know if audio levels are A-OK down there live in YouTube land below. If you're hanging out in the IIL YouTube stream, make sure you mosey. Well, no, you don't have to mosey your way on over unless you need some live chat here. We're all having a good time in the SSN live chat. It's in on Frinkle. No, the Sean Insider curse gonna strike here for the number 1 machine running 9th. He is still, matter of fact, up a spot from where he started, but that is unfortunate there for him, as he's definitely going to have to continue to fight. We'll hop on board with Edon here, see what's happening. Here's Franco here, just tries to send, just a little bit too much steering input to the right, and boy, if you were, here's Raphael there, as we'll hop on board with. Take a look at this. This will definitely wake you up here. So I'm just driving. Holy moly! Okay, I'll take a spot there. Says Raphael, as we will continue to kind of little bit of battles here and there. Unfortunately, there for the number 1 machine, continuing to lose a little bit of time, as now those tires, they have more than heated up at this point. The bit of flat spots on them. Those tires definitely warmer than you would want them. Aldi Goldberg has a 1.5 second gap over the lead right now, but here comes a hard charging Rodem Lev. Remember 2 weeks ago from Spa, Rodem, he, matter of fact, came away, swept that race weekend up there from Spa Silver Series. Rodem Lev continuing to show some real nice pace tonight. He won the only lone running Lamborghini GT3. Make our way through the fields here. Rodem Lev, he's continuing to put down some really nice lap times, so we'll continue to work down and around turns 14, 15, and 16. Come to a pretty tight little 90-degree left-hander coming up here for turn number 16, but bring it up here because turn number 1. Turn number 1 is an excellent passing opportunity. Right now, the closest gap here in the field here is going to be between Fuchs and Raphael. That's for 7th and 8th. I don't think that's close enough for Ezra right now to make a move down there into turn 1. But if these battles continue to heat up and get even closer, matter of fact, Gabriel just got off the corner there a little bit wonky. He's going to end up losing 0.5 of a second on one turn there. Here we go as these as Ezra here going to continue to reel in. Gabriel, like I would say Rafael right now is a shark that smells blood in the water here. Number 86, last lap time was a 1:38.14. That's faster than Fuchs right up there in front of him. Number 6 versus 86, fighting for the 7th and 8th spot. Hopping on board is Gabriel here. He's continuing to see that McLaren GT3 is ever so closer in that rear view camera. Doesn't make a move there, as looks like Ezra had to save that vehicle there a little bit there. They saw some quick hands going to work, cat-like reflexes for the number 86. Meow. Oh, right when I was looking at YouTube chat. God dang. All right, well, I see everything is sounding A-okay. I appreciate that. But right when I turned my big old head, I saw it. Oh, I heard it in the corner of my eye here. We'll hop on board and see what happens here. Oh, apologies. That was the earlier incident there for when Iran Frinkel had gone around in his Corvette. I believe this is the incident for it here. Apologies for the work of the replays. Here we go. Oh, the same corner. Oh, okay. Well, no, it's not. Okay, it's not showing up there. Maybe I just had heard something. In all seriousness, though, I appreciate every single one of you joining us here tonight here on SSN and the IIL YouTube channels. Make sure you like us, you comment on us, and you subscribe to us, because continuing to see some really nice pacing here in racing. You got to remember, this is only the Silver Series. We're going to bring some pretty nice racing up here. Oh, Gabriel gets past once again, but a quick switchback as here comes that Chevrolet GT3 as well. That Corvette also showing some paces. We'll look side by side. Maybe a little trade of paint action there. What a nice pass for the Fuchs machine. Number 6 Porsche works his way up to the number 7th spot. Here we go. I promise this is a replay of that pass. And it's going to be, the reason I bring up this replay is look at the switchback crossover move there. Fuchs saw it coming there out of the number 86, and it just said, all right, thank you very much. I'm going to take that spot right on back. Continue to be the closest battle here at the moment between Iran, Ezra, as well as Mini Land. Mini Land had got off lap 1 of the race. Continuing to show just a little bit of pace here, up 2 spots gained since the start of this race. And remember, Mini Land, a driver with an incident, or excuse me, a penalty 2 weeks ago at Spa. He had to start the race from the pits. I believe he, matter of fact, had to do that again, or just, matter of fact, just botched qualifying. But I do believe he did to start from the pits once again. Continuing to work his way through the field, though, gained 2 spots. All right, as we're almost halfway here through race number 1 of the Silver Series, I think you all know what time it is, as well as, what do you call that one? The old switcheroo, says the old third musketeer. I think so. And as we're going to continue to see some old switcheroo action, switchbacks, matter of fact, that Chevrolet Corvette continuing to reel in Gabriel Fuchs. I think you all know what time it is. About halfway. Go ahead and crank this puppy up. Enjoy the sights and sounds here from Misano. These GT3 engines are gonna purr. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth as we look side by side. slowly crank this puppy down before I start losing it up here in the booth. We saw one go around. We saw Frankel with a little bit of a spin. We'll take a quick replay of, and there was some more trade and paint action. I don't think this battle's over. Okay, there goes a little bit of a point by. I think Mini Land said, all right, you can go. Well, excuse me, that was Raphael said, Mini, I'll go ahead and let you take that one there. And he sent the Post-it stamp on that one through the mail, and now, matter of fact, going to go a little deep, going to try to carry that momentum down and through that exit there. Continue to show some pace here for Land. Lots of these drivers here, you got to remember, lots of these drivers have real-life racing experience within the real, obviously within the real world, especially within the sim world. We continue to see some really nice pace up and down the board here. And matter of fact, up and down the board, we'll jump up to P3 right here. That's going to be Schechter and Tal going at it. Matter of fact, Ito Tal has gained one spot again since the drop of the green flag. Third Musketeer down there live in YouTube chat saying these engines, they're extremely nice to listen to. I don't know, you like the old V8 rumble of the horsepower and the NASCARs, or you got some sports car action here, the GT3s. I don't know, a completely different ball game. It's like comparing apples to oranges, kind of, isn't it? But Schechter, he's going to continue to play some World Cup-esque defense right now. That Porsche 911, number 34, continuing to find some pace, but so is Ito Tal. Quick, I know we had that replay of it here. This is that Chevrolet Corvette who goes around earlier on in the race. Again, the problem corner, the same corner, matter of fact, for that Chevy. This is sent it just a little too deep, starts to break on the rumble strips. Oh, that's not Edan's fault either. That was a big tag at the rear end. We'll take another replay of it here. So, I mean, definitely, there's room to make the pass. I maybe just the 77 Mini, they're not really expecting it there all that much, and they're just Mini got a little too deep into the braking zone as well. Unfortunately, making contact with that number one machine, sending Eden back around. These drivers, don't forget though, there's a long way to go, short time to get there. Eden Frankel's only just about 2.5 seconds, well, only 2 seconds back from Mini Land. He's going to be charging with a vengeance here as Land tries to run away. Matter of fact, just gave that spot back around to Brooks once again. Gabriel start to play some that defensive line once again. Oh, another switcheroo move here from the tight technical Misano. There's not going to be any contact made. There you go. That is some nice racecraft here tonight between these two drivers. I'm right there with you, Musketeer, man. Listening to those superchargers in the LMP2 and even the LMP1 machines, just that whine to life there, especially on a long back straightaway. We have quite a few little straightaways here from Misano. Got, once again, a little bit of slipstream, a little bit of draft to work with if you get close enough. That is the driver in front of you. Real quick, where is Tal? There he is. Tal Stern. I was like, where is he? There he is. He's in the Mercedes AMG here tonight. One of two Mercedes AMGs. Real quick, here's one of my favorite shots. Virtual cam as well as live driver cam. You got Tal Stern up on the top of your screen. That's Ransone Gold Series driver bottom of the screen. Already putting down some practice. Trying to prepare for that race. Here to the iRacing universe, we got laser scan tracks, laser scanned cars, just the physics that are as close to real life as you can get without actually being in real life. And we have now started to see these tire pressures as well as brake temperatures get about to optimal conditions here as we continue to just work about 4.5 minutes left to go in the race. I think even though we do split this race up here, there's going to be one more silver race right after this. you definitely have to keep management in the back of your mind here. Still, I mean, it's a long track here, 4.2 kilometers to work with, 16 different turns. It's, I don't know, you can definitely burn these tires up here too early on in the race. You can miss some apexes, because right now some apexes are what you're gonna try and want to defend off here. Tal Stern, Yadon Levi continuing to go at it. Number 11, that Mercedes AMG versus a Ferrari 303 going at it here. Continue to see some great pace, some great speed, some great racecraft from these two ILAKA drivers. If you're Yadon Levi right here, you're continuing to fight that dirty air. You don't have as much grip off the front of your rear end. You're trying to fight around that dirty air. It's just not allowing that, the Ferrari there to grip itself down and close enough to the racetrack. Just continuing to fight that tight condition there as you see it. In fact, if we hop on board, check out his hands here as we work through one of the more tight technical sections. Yadon Levi with the smooth hands, but that's going to be Tal Stern, who has a little bit of a slip up there in front. That's going to present Levi here with a move down and around the outside. One of our trouble corners here today, a long sweeping hairpin right. Yadon Levi is going to be there, right in the slipstream. He's going to have a great run down this long back straightaway. Unfortunately, no Aston Martins. Oh, but we have Yadon Levi sending it down there once again. That looked like too much speed to carry. There's another great save. Those hands go into work. Another driver with cat-like reflexes here. Unfortunately, though, for Levi, he's going to see Tal Stern to continue to drive off within the sunset. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Lap times raging in the 1 minute 30 seconds range. That's going to present about 2 to 3 laps to go if my math is mathing. Rodenlev, Ron Schechter here continuing to run nose to tail. Another driver trying to work within and around that dirty air of the car in front. Not able to get the throttle down around and off of corner exits of that was, I believe, turn number 4 and 5 there. Big loss there for Schechter as he continues to reel in Lev. Oh no, Adon Frankel down and into pit lane real quick. We'll take a look and see what happened to him here. This was heading into that tough, treacherous turn number 1. Really nice passing zone opportunity. Looks like... Nope. They're just going to wait till for silver race number 2. That's all that's going on there. Back to the battle here for the final, what would be driver, a few spots here. Well, actually, it's up here for P2 as grabs, and there you see Ido Tal lurking in the distance. Remember, I called Ido Tal earlier on tonight, a shark that smells blood in the water side by side. He continues to see this. There's a little bit of contact there between Schechter and Lev. 34, Porsche to Lamborghini. That's all it's going to take. Looks like Liron's going to run away with this second spot for now. Oh, Yadon Levi had just gone off the track as well, really quick. It was a quick incident at this, or quick replay, excuse me, at this incident. Yadon Levi continued to try and push his another Ferrari around the track here tonight, just carrying a little bit too much speed. And at this point, the tires are just cooked. Nothing you can do at this point except wait for race number 1 to begin. Oldie Goldberg still out here leading the pack. No harm, no foul. 12-second gap up here out front. Just needs to be all safe and sound just for one more lap. Schechter as well as Tal starting to heat up this battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. What a send there for that Lamborghini. Brake rotors glowing. You can cook your favorite barbecue on him. Ron Schechter continues to have to play some nice defense here. Does he make that defensive line work? No. Matter of fact, he's going to just, he's going to send it down a little bit too deep into the braking zone there. I think he did try to play that defensive line, and it compromised his exit. Here we go, side by side, coming to the white flag this lap. Still side by side. Who do you have? Will it be that Lamborghini? Will it be that Porsche? Leron Schechter continuing to show that pace. Now Lev, he's going to take the inside line. Schechter runs wide. That time is all it's going to take. Ito Tao continuing to smell blood and the water. Checkered flag is out for race 1 for Silver Series. Odie Goldberg's going to take it. Will it be Rodem Lev or Schechter here for the second spot? Oh, it's all clean. It's all green coming to the start-finish line. Give it to Lev. Leron Schechter, what a fight, what a battle. There's Tal, as well as Tal Stern there, 4th and 5th. Yadon Levi, Mini Land, Gabriel Fuchs, Israel Raphael, Edon Frinkel, as well as Esaf Yadon, Ofer Mazuz, rounding out that 12-driver grid here tonight. Ooh, big damage there for Ezra. He's going to be ready for the start of this second race. Get that puppy all fixed up and prepared. Third Musketeer, and you're exactly right there live in YouTube land. Odie completely just ran away with that race. What ended up being a 14.3 second gap at the end of the race. I'd call maybe driver of the day right here. I'd give it to Mini Land after starting in last spots. That number 77 gaining 5 spots since the original drop of that green flag. We're going to re-rack them, restack them. These drivers going to start right where they finished. Congratulations, drivers. That was a lot of fun to watch, and well, let's do it again. Results for what will be, that's basically results for Heat 1 and starting results for this second heat. Once again, Odie Goldberg coming away with that 14-second win. He's going to re-rack him, stack him, put it on the pole. Rodem Lev, though, remember, Rodem Lev, he's trying to get another race sweep. Remember, did it 2 weeks ago from Spa. Rodem, he'll start P2. Leron Schechter, Ito Tal, Tal Stern, Yadon Levi, Mini Land, Gabriel Fuchs. Gabriel's going to start P8 here, that's Mini Land, who will start P7. Gabriel will start P8. Ezra Raphael, Edon Frankel, Asaf Yadon, and as well as Ofer Mazuz, rounding out that 12-driver starting grid here tonight. Let me know. Obviously, Odie's got to be the favorite here coming into the race, but let me know. Do you think Rodem Lev or even Leron Schechter, he continued to show, matter of fact, put just about the same lap times down about halfway through that first heat. Be a fun one to watch. Yes. The suspense music, that's one of my favorites. Bum bum dun dun. I'll go ahead and cut the bum dum dum dums here tonight because we're gonna have some suspenseful. I can't say it. All right, some really suspenseful racing. There we go. I was going for a good setup, but had to cut myself off. Anyways, Tal Stern, once again, he's one of these drivers with the real driver cams here tonight. He's going to be fun to watch. Rance is Sony down there, not in this race. He is the Gold Series driver, getting ready for that Gold Series green flag, though, in just probably 25 minutes time. It'll happen on this same broadcast as well. Do not go anywhere after this race. Stick around for Gold Series, as well as we'll have that top 10 inversion for Gold Series. Oh, that's the LLF1 theme. All right, let's see the third Musketeer. All right, well, here we go. Back out to green flag racing here. Once again, it's going to be Odie Goldberg who takes him out to the green flag. But look out here, boys and girls. 3 wide, we'll settle it back to 2. There's a little bit of contact of Tal Stern and Rodem Lev's front and rear bumper. Still side by side for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. That was 4 tires off the racing surface for Lev there. Somehow able to keep that all going. Rodem Lev's going to dive it deep into the braking zone here. Trading some paint. Contact for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th once again. Tal Stern has his windscreen full. There's just nowhere to go. This is traffic in your hometown city at rush hour. Looks like we're finally getting back out to single file racing. What a race start here. Little bit of contact will keep things all moving and grooving. Tal, nice race start there. Both him and Liron able to gain one spot since the drop of the green flag. But we continue to see Rodomlev diving into these deep braking zones. Will this Lamborghini GT3? Oh, no. That's going to be many lanes going around this time. 77 was their contact, or was it just a spin on his own? Here's a quick replay of it here. It was just a quick little spin there. No harm, no blind foul, though. Keep things moving and grooving. He'll just lose a little bit of pace. Here's Tal once again, gaining one spot since the drop of the green flag. Rodomlev, Tal Stern got on Levi there for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, battling this puppy out. Slipstream train starting to chew its way down the front stretch here. All of these drivers, I'll tell you what, they all have mental wounds not healing, driving them insane. They are all going off the rails on that crazy train here tonight. In all seriousness, rest in peace. The one, the only Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. Back to battling here, back to racing action here. Ozzy, you're missing a nice Silver Series battle as Tal's going to run wide. Matter of fact, with running wide there, that's one of the run off of the corners there. You're really going to want to set up, try to get a nice run off. Doesn't get it. That allows Rodomlev down into the inside for that final driver interview spot for the Silver Series. This battle is not over yet though. Big sniff BMW. Here comes Tal. He's going to be around the outside this time. Brake rotors already glowing for the Lamborghini of Rodomlev. Tal gets shoved into the gravel there. There's no grip out there. Gravel rooster tailing at the diffuser. Here comes Tal Stern. Once again, Tal trying to make some sort of move, any sort of move. Oh, just maybe trying to size up Tal here. As a matter of fact, that's Tal Stern once again. He's going to try the crossover move. No, it's not close enough there. Excellent racing, centimeters apart here. Look at the racecraft between each one of these drivers. Alrighty, battle for the P2 spots here. It's basically a blanket over 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Unfortunately, Odie Goldberg, for the rest of the pack here, it's unfortunate he's continuing to run away, possibly just trying to put down steady lap times at this moment. Yeah, get the sunglasses out. Sunshine is blaring here tonight. Also sends down into one of the most technical portions of the track here once again, or at least as we get through it. Rodomlev able to get himself through it. No harm, no foul there, trying to run away from Tal. Tal Stern, once again, battle for P2. It's Liron Schechter here. It's starting to run away with it ever so slightly. Has a 0.3 of a second gap over Rodomlev. Side by side, once again, even more contact. Lamborghini versus BMW. How many times have we seen this throughout history? Looks like the Lambo is going to muscle his way on by, that time for Lev. What a move. Tal Stern starting to play a little nitty, a little gritty there on that back straightaway. Tal, he's going to have to send this one deep onto the outside line against Tal and his BMW. Big sniff machine, looking like he's trying to find some grip here. Gonna play that more defensive line. Here comes Tal Stern. Got on Levi. Gabriel Fuchs, unfortunately, remember, turn about 4 or 5, lap 1 of this race. Gabriel had gone around. Ezra Raphael, mini lands, as well as Edon Frinkle there, just really not able to make up any ground after the start of this race. Gold Series drivers, if you're keeping an eye on this race, if you're watching this, you might want to keep that in mind as well. It is hard to make your way back up through the pack. I know we have that top 10 inversion for the Gold Series. I'm not saying get your elbows out. I'm not saying muscle it on by, but it is going to be tough to pass. You got turns 1, turn 6, turns 9 and 12. Really nice passing zones there as well. Some nice side-by-side. It's kind of easy to pass, but if you're back there within at least P9, 10, and 11, really tough. In a timely manner, I tell you. There you go. Like, really, just rubbing that is what I was getting at. Anyways, more nose to tail, side by side racing action here. Only 6 minutes down out of this second 20-minute, basically the feature race tonight for Silver Series. Tal Stern, it looks like that rear bumper may have gotten up to it. Cosmetic damage to it, or is it just the way that the Mercedes is shaped there? Whether it is, regardless, whichever one it may be, back to the battle for P3 4 right here. Final driver interview spot in this Silver Series race. 6 minutes down. Long way to go. Short time to get there. These drivers, once again, showing us all how it is done. We'll hop on board with Rotem Lev's front nose here as he's trying to knock on Ito Tal's rear bumper. Third Musketeer asking me if I am excited there for NASCAR 25. I'll be honest with you, Third Musketeer, I was totally excited for it until that the quote-unquote cinematic trailer, you could call it. What are we doing, boys? We're releasing a trailer with camera shake before the car gets there, as well as the 25 FT. I don't know, I'm just a little worried is all, but I guess you could say excited, definitely, worried, also most definitely after that one, but I'll probably turn a few laps on there. We've got a few buddies that don't quite have the whole sim setup there, so I'll be going there, probably side by side with them over there in Xbox World, but that'd definitely be fun. It's definitely going to be, I think, a pretty big jump over NASCAR Heat. As well as you got the iRacing devs going to try and help, or they are helping out with that game, so there's, I think, quite a bit of pressure on them as well. Speaking of pressure, good God, did you see the temperature of that front left brake loader there for that Lamborghini? Rotem Lev, once again, this is a driver, I think you got to give driver of the day no matter where Rotem finishes here tonight. He continues to just try to send it each and every passing opportunity he gets. Oh, I appreciate you letting me know there. I will tone it down here a little, or tone the cars down here just a bit. Appreciate you letting me know there, Third Musketeer. Probably popping off down there live in YouTube land near the SSN YouTube channel. Once again, subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed to SSN, the IIL YouTube channels. You're not going to want to miss any of this sim racing action here. Once again, these drivers are putting on a show. I appreciate every single one of you joining here tonight, live on Stam Studio Network, as well as these drivers, these league owners, Tal Stern, everything that you do down there live in the, well, not live, but everything that you do down there behind the scenes for this league. It does not go appreciated, and I am going to treat the fans to it. Here we go, once again, last crank it up here for the Silver Series. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Slowly crank this puppy back down. Sean staying back up here in the booth, and yeah, it's 8-second gap for Odie Goldberg out there. I mean, Mercedes AMG is showing the pace here tonight on the Misano World Circuit. It's a 4.2-kilometer track to work with, 16 different corners. All of them are tight, tough, and treacherous. Man, Odie showing the field how it's done here tonight. Here, just barely coming in the same camera shot is Leron Schechter as well as Ito Tal. This battle really starting to heat up and broil for this second spot. There's Ito Tal as well as Roden Lev trying to join him for this second and third battle. Remember, drivers, if you got a copy right now, after this second race, we got to switch the sessions real quick over to the Gold Series, but make sure you stick around. Top 3 are more than welcome to join it for that spot, the driver interview spot. So it's gonna get to ask him how the race was, what it was like from behind the wheel. As I got some questions brewing up myself here for these two, if they're going to continue to be able to keep it clean. Very, very nice racing between Schechter, Tal, as well as Lev there, who's just waiting in the distance. Once again, it's going to be single file down our long back straightaway. A little bit of kink there, definitely flat out portion. Then you got to be hard into the brakes here. Kind of a double, if not a triple apex that you have to set up here. We've seen it be a problem corner one too many times here tonight. Ito Tal continues to reel in that Porsche machine. Looking at the lap time differences there on the bottom of your screen, there you see it. Lap 3 as well as lap 5. That was Schechter slower than Ito Tal. 4, 6, and 7, especially 6 and 7. Those are some big gaps made up. We're talking whole tenths, 2/10 and 3/10 of a second there on lap 6. He continues to gain, does Tal. Right now only back by 5/10 of a second. He's pushing 4 this time by. Here we go. Only 8 minutes left to go in this Silver Series feature race. Exactly right there, the straight flat out corner, and then right before that sector 3, it's a very, very nice optimal passing zone for these drivers. We've seen quite a few moves being made. Matter of fact, we're still starting to see it here. He's trying to play a little bit more defense with that dirty air. Is Ito Tal at this point, or I talk about dirty air and all that here, but these tight technical corners, I think you're really just trying to set up that defensive line, not let your co-competitor get and set up that run off for one of the longer sectors here. Here we go. This is the sector I was talking about, sector 3 into here. Nice passing zone opportunity. If you're able to get that run off that long back straightaway, matter of fact, Ito Tal closes that gap visually. Here we go once again, slowest turn of the track. 6 minutes left to go in the race. Battle's still continuing to heat up and broil between a Porsche, BMW, and Lamborghini. 3 different manufacturers going at it here tonight. Backing up through the track we go. Misano, I don't know how these drivers continue to run this close to one another. And if you think this is good, once again, be sure you stick around for the Gold Series race. That's going to be a fun race to watch if this Silver Series is already this close. We're continuing to see very, very nice nose-to-tail battles happening here. Ito Tal, Roden Lev is once again just lurking here within the distance. Leron Schechter, though, still running away from Ito, not allowing him to get any closer for the moment, although it looks like Ito Tal's going to have to brake on the rumble strips this time by, trying to set up the corner just a little bit more. He's going to have to be deep into the braking zone once again here before we get to that long bent back straightaway. Don't want to botch it, though. Keep the tires underneath you. Smooth on the throttle, smooth on the brakes. Looks like that was pretty smooth, but it's going to drop at least a 1/10 of a second or 2. 11.5 seconds gap for Goldberg. Jeez. Oh my goodness gracious. Probably trying to just set up time trial laps at this point now, as Third Musketeer was saying in live YouTube land, as well as I wonder if he's even pushing himself at this point or just trying to keep it on track. Looks like his last lap time was a 1:34.2, fastest of the race. You're exactly right there, man. Just putting down time trial laps right now, qualifying laps, if you will, for the Goldberg machine. Oh, some nice side-by-side here. This is going to be between Fuchs as well as Mini Land. These drivers, we have seen a little bit of contact here before. Looks like that time it's going to give the point by there between Gabriel and Mini. Nice pass there. Once again, works his way back up to where he started this race and finished, obviously, heat race number 1 after that earlier spin, lap 1 of this feature. Gabriel, you got a shout out here. He started P8, still continues to run P8, going to help him out a little bit within those point standings. Speaking of point standings right here, as we got a little bit of some gaps going here, take a look at these AM standings, or excuse me, these silver standings. So Rodham Lev, he's up out there up top, but Ito, Tal Stern, as well as Leron Schechter there. I think Leron missed at least 1 or 2 races, because I think with as much pace as Leron had, you'd see him up a little bit higher. Guy, he didn't make it out here tonight. Benny Sudik, as well as Gabriel Fuchs and Mini Land, they're rounding out that top 8. There you see a little bit of a little, what'd you call that, a little orange dot there by Mini Land's name. That was that penalty that he had to deal with at the second race of the season back 2 weeks ago at Spa. Continuing to try and work his way back up it, though, and continues to work his way up through the running standings here tonight from Misano, as well as the point standings. Really nice battle continuing to heat up, though. This is going to be between Tal Stern, Yaron Levi. How much time? Only 2 minutes left to go. Will we see the leader? Oh, well, you got to remember here, Audi, he's 12-second gap here. So, although we do have the lap time within the 1:34-second range, looks like Odie should be coming to take the white flag next time by. That means the whole field's taking the white lap, next time by. Tal Stern had that nice run off the exit there, is able to start putting a little bit more of a gap over Yaron Levi. Ezra Raphael, as well as Gabriel Fuchs, starting to go at it here. Gabriel, once again, trying to hold off his original starting position here tonight. I don't know, you got that hard charging Ezra Raphael. We saw how much pace this driver had in heat race number 1. Continues to knock on that rear diffuser of Fuchs. Here we go, back down our little bit of a short shoot before we get to that long bent back straightaway. So we're going to get first gear here. Ezra gets that rotation in his McLaren GT3. Matter of fact, a little bit more rotation than that Porsche up out here in front. Switcheroo, side by side, door quarter clear for Ezra. He's able to get up to that 8th spot. Tal Stern, ooh, you better run, you better hide. White flag is out. Saw Odie Goldberg take that about 14 seconds ago now. Tal Stern, Yaron Levi continuing to run side by side, nose to tail. Yaron Levi sent it down to the inside. Tal Stern has to take evasive action. Tal's going to be on that defensive line. Here we go once again. That's going to be Yaron Levi using the momentum around the outside line. The 303 machine goes. This battle is not over yet. Side by side, we're trying to swipe some doors here. Oh, we are going to swipe some doors. Contact made once again between Stern and Levi. This is the battle for the 5th spot here. Points are on the line. Skilled drivers, all putting it out here on the line here tonight between Stern and Levi. I once again don't think this battle is over just yet. Stern, he's going to try the switch back. He tries to get that Mercedes gripped around into the 3D rendered rumble strips. That's going to be hard to do here. Once again, a laser scan track that we are working with. It is hard to get a car slowed and woed down on the braking line, or excuse me, the rumble strips. But looks like Goldberg's going to come around. He will pull the weekend sweep here tonight from Misano. Congratulations, Adi Goldberg. You're going to take away the checkered flag, both heat race and heat. And the feature, Leron Schechter is going to pull away the sweep for P2. Ito Tal's going to take away P3 here tonight. Rodolev's going to take away P4. Nice run and nice battles here for Stern. Looks like Tal Stern is going to come across that line first. Over that battle. Low! Tal Stern gives back the spot to Yadon Levi. Yadon's going to take away P5. This is what I mean here. The racecraft, you can't beat it here in the IIL. ILAKA GT3 Pro and Am League. Here comes Miniland coming across to take P7 here tonight, make this all official. Ezra Raphael, Gabriel Fuchs coming away to take 7th, 8th, and 9th. Edon Frinkel, Asaf Yeran, as well as Ofer Mazuz down and already out of this race. What a race that we have just saw. Make sure once again you stick around for the Silver Series. It's about to come at you live. Same broadcast here. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and then make sure you get yourself seated back in time for the live top 3 driver interviews for our Silver Series. Congratulations once again on the weekend sweep for Uddy Goldberg, coming away with a 12.8 second gap this time. Not quite as big as that 14-second gap, but say, congratulations, man. Can't wait to chat with you live and driver interviews, as well as Leron Schechter, Ito Tal coming on P3, Rodom Lev, Yadon Levi, Tal Stern, Mini Land, Ezra Raphael, Gabriel Fuchs, Edon Frinkel, Asaf Yeran, Ofer Mazuz, rounding out our 12 driver field. Position order here tonight for Silver Series. Once again, thank you all for joining in, and stick right with us on the same broadcast. My name's Sean Stam. I'll be right back with you. step.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Hello and welcome, sim racing fans, to another exciting doubleheader. And we are on the bottom half, or the second half, of this doubleheader. We just had the Silver Series finish up, and now we're bringing the Gold Series action happening live from the virtual Misano World Circuit. My name is Sean Stam. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network as well as the IIL YouTube channels. I appreciate y'all joining in here tonight. It's going to be, if it's anything like with what we all just saw in the Silver Series races, it's going to be so much fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, we do have that top 10 inversion. We did not have that in the Silver Series, so top 10 inverted after this first heat race for the Gold Series. If you don't know Misano, it is a tough, treacherous 4.17 kilometer track, very tight, treacherous sectors. But as Third Musketeer was mentioning live in YouTube land, you got the opportunities, have some nice braking zones there, especially setting up turns 15, 16, kind of that triple apex there that you see middle of your screen. Or excuse me, that would be 13, 14 coming to there. One of my favorite passing zones, passing opportunities to make. Real quick, before we get everything started here tonight, let's take a look at our championship points. Alon Gabe is out there in front, and Alon, he was very, very fast in practice. He is going to be a driver to watch. So we see lots of Lamborghinis, matter of fact, here on the field tonight. Alon Gabe, Yuval Medic, as well as Daniel Berezowski there rounding out that top three in the point standings. Rantasoni, Yoshi Gabe, Ayeli, as well as Sission Baba, Itzik Grossman, Rodham Katz, Maddie Rosen, as well as Ignacio Glumsher rounding out our top 11 in the points. This is only what the third race of this season with these GT3 cars, but we continue to see really nice battles not only on track, but as well as the point standings. Welcome in here once again. My name's Sean Stam. I appreciate all of you that are joining in here tonight, as well as the league owners, the fans alike there. You see a little few fans there in the grandstands. Come on now, especially everybody who's joining in real life time, or if you watch this broadcast back. Let me know if you're down here live in YouTube land. I'll be sure to give you a shout out before we get this race going, because we only have just a couple of more seconds until we're able to look at the starting grid. There we are. 1, count 'em, 2, count 'em, 3. That was all we needed. It looks like Daniel Berezowski is going to put it on the pole. I was actually thinking Alon Gabe would, with as fast as I saw Alon there in practice, but no, he's right there beside our pole sitter and only starting 0.184. Well, that's the gap from qualifying, but you can definitely see that Gabe does have the pace there to put it on. Hopefully, see that driver take the checkered flag. Hopefully we see them all take checkered flag here tonight. Yuval Medic, Rodham Katz, Ignacio Glumsher, Amri Fedeg, Ayeli. Oh boy, that's the one I'm gonna need help with there. Ayeli Kanovicki, I believe. Rantasoni, Yossi Gabe, Maddie Rosen, Ido Baustan, as well as Itzik Grossman. That's not all of them here tonight though, boys and girls. We have an 18 driver field here tonight. Looks like there's Idan Delitsky, Mark Zubarev, Tom Rappaport, Dima Metavinnik, Dror last, as well as Tomer Ventura, rounding out our 18, count 'em, 18 driver field here tonight. There you see, you barely fit them all at the same screen at once. Now we are rolling. We waited 2 weeks for this Gold Series action. Now finally back at it once again. Head away and down. We're just a few moments time from green flag racing. We saw this in the Silver Series, boys and girls. These drivers weaving, jeeving, and driving, trying to do everything that they possibly can to work some higher temps and pressures into these newly redesigned GT3 iRacing tires. They are very tough, treacherous puppies to get a hold of here early on. Speaking of tough puppies to get a hold of early on, Daniel Berezowski as well as Alon Gabe, the field is in your hands. Very, very tough puppies. It's going to be hard to beat these two. But how about Yuval Merrick, Rodham Katz, starting right there with them. Green flag is just a few hundred meters away. So we are going to work our way through that final turn 16. 4.2 kilometers of racing action per lap is coming at you live here on SSN and IIL. 2 and 3 wide already. We're going to settle it back to 2, or are we? There's Amri Fedeg as well as Ayeli. Got Rantasoni in this battle as well, still side by side right behind him, as we funnel our way, finally going to start to look single file down our short chute of a back straightaway. Look at the moves being made early on. These drivers are sending it deep into the braking zone. Yuval Merrick already able to make a pass as we got Dima going around. Gosh, that was early on in the race. I think Dima got caught up there with Dror last. We'll take a few replays, 2,000-3,000 looks at him, but back to racing action. Looks like Alon Gabe is still retaining within some sort of striking distance to Yuval Merrick here. Oh, we're going to see Yoshi Gabe go around as well. He was running in a nice spot here tonight. He started at least, I think, P12. He's going to unfortunately drop quite a few spots. Here comes Dror last, side by side with Ido Baustan. We're going to make some contact, and this is only for the 16th and 17th spot. Banging doors, trading paint here between Ido as well as Dror. Side by side down that back stretch. Once again, short shoot of a back sprint. Going into the long version of it here. Back out to real quick, excuse me, had those turns messed up. Anyways, back out to the battle for 6th and 7th here. Henri Perret ran Sassoni. Although this is starting to look like some more single file action happening here, you can definitely start to work against these co-competitor drivers of yours. Find out where they're a little bit slower. Send it possibly into a braking zone. We saw it one too many times happen live in the Silver Series. Will we see even more contact made? Here's some more side-by-side. Tom Rappaport's going to go extremely wide. He's going to have Mark Zubarev. Tomer Ventura is going to bring it with him. Oh no! Mark Zubarev's going to make contact. I think that was Tom Rappaport who went around. It was. Contact elbows are out early today here at Misano for the Gold Series. If you're just now joining us, this is our heat race, and then we'll have the feature. Top 10 spots are inverted. We continue to see some very, very nice battling, also some not so nice battling. Had some contact there, as we'll take 2,000-3,000 looks at some replays here. First of all, here's a replay at the race start. It was way more clean four-door comp than I was usually expecting here in the Gold Series. That's things continue to get tight here. That's Rancesoni down the inside. He's able to slot his way, excuse me, that was the outside line, able to find his way up into P7 here for the moment. Got X99 down there live in the YouTube chat saying lots of Lambos on the grid. There are, and let me know if these Lambos are too loud here tonight, boys and girls. I'm trying to give you all the track action and sounds that I can. Speaking of another Lambo, though, here's Dima Medvednik as well as, oh, that's a Ferrari and Lamborghini going at it there. Dror Last is also right there with him as he has his windscreen full of that battle. There's the contact that sends Dima around. And real quick, before we get back to live racing action, here's Ido Balstan's incident going into our hard braking zone here. There you see he takes the more offensive racing line. Ooh, side by side, 2 rows back, unfortunately. Ido Balstan, that's all the contact that he needs to get sent right around. It really wasn't all that much. We'll take another look at it here. So Ido Balstan, watch that lime green machine there out the rear quarter panel. It's going to be just a slight little kiss, slight nudge to that left rear quarter panel, and it's just going to send Ido right around. Alrighty, back up here for the battle for the race lead. 0.5 of a second separating Daniel Benerzowski as well as Yuval Medic here. Yuval, he continues to reel in. That's hard charging. He's got out Alain Gabay, who's hard charging behind Yuval. Yuval right now is kind of the meat in the sandwich, right? He's trying to reel in our race leader of Daniel. You can't push it too much, though, or definitely, we saw it quite a few times the Silver Series. There's a couple of these corners that invite you to carry a little bit too much speed through it, and it will send the rear end around. So, got to be careful as you continue to fight, especially if you're Yuval. I think he's in the toughest position right here. Once again, middle of that's race leader as well as the P3 driver. Real quick, back to this battle for 13th, 14th, and 15th on track. Another blanket over this GT3 battle. It's Grossman, Tomer Ventura, as well as Dror Last up there, right up there with him. Dror, he's already gained 3 spots since the drop of the green flag here tonight. He started 16th, already up, Yep, 16th, okay. I was like, is my math in here? Looks like, ooh, there was almost some contact there once again between Ido Balstan. Ido has just had a rough start to this race here tonight from the Misano World Circuit. X99, we still got you down there live in YouTube land. This is the IIL, ILAKA Esports and Karting League. I'll be sure to, I'll link that Discord in the chats here if the next moment I do get. But I mean, great group of drivers out here tonight within the league. So as we see, looks like Yuval Merrick was actually passed for that second spot as we were taking looks at some replays here. Matter of fact, Rancesoni has gone around as well. Here's Rancesoni's crash, and then real quick, we'll take a look at how Alain Gabay got around Yuval Merrick. So this is going into that deep braking zone here. You got Rancesoni about the middle of your screen. That darker color GT3 machine just gets a little bit loose, a little contact with that Porsche up there in front, but that's not what sends him around. Once again, it's you got to be careful about how much speed you're carrying into these corners. Unfortunately for Rand, though, he's going to drop quite a few spots. But right now, this is big here, folks. He's fighting for that 10th spot here, side by side for the 10th spot. You might be asking, why is P10 so important? Because the top 10 inversion here, boys and girls. After this heat race, that 10th driver will start on the pole. I think the pole's the safest place to be here, especially from Misano. Here is Alain Gabay's pass on Yuval Morik for that P2nd spot. Same corner. We have seen quite a bit of overtakes happen here. We're going to hop on board with Alain Gabay as he looks... Oh, a little bit of a... that a point by there for Yuval? I don't know. That was definitely... It looked interesting unless Yuval just had a slowdown to take there or whatever it may have been. Back up here to the battle between P9 and P10, though. Once again, pole sitting spot for the feature race here tonight. Rancesoni, he's going to dive it down the inside, but once again, if you dive it down the inside, it really screws up the exit as your car washes up on exit. Here we go, live driver cams here. Rancesoni, driver that you see middle of your screen. Got Yuval Morik with his biggest fan there, right there behind him. Oh, Rancesoni, you feel bad for. He showed nice pace earlier on in this race. Looks like he's going to have to take a quick repair early on. Back up to Yuval Morik, though. He's sitting in the 3rd position. Another driver, that continues to shine here within the GT3 car, IIL, ILAKA Esports and Karting League. Looks like Rand is not too happy, possibly going to take a little bit of a breather here before the next race. Goodness gracious, the sun is shining off the track here tonight. Make sure you got the shades out, as well as might let the shades out for the battle for the race lead as it continues to shine bright like a diamond. Alain Gabay, after passing Yuval Morik, got back up to where he started this race, continues to reel in our race leader. Matter of fact, here's a real quick lap time differential between P1, P2. That is a lot of green for the driver of Alain Gabay, running 2nd place right now, continuing to reel in our race leader, Daniel Benurzowski. That is more than 1,000 road course iRating separating these two drivers. Daniel has 4,000. Alain Gabay has 5,300, continuing to reel in our race leader. Oh, no. If you're a Tom Rappaport fan, you might want to shield the old eyeballs here. Put back on the shades. Tom Rappaport's... Oh, he made it down and into pit lane as well. Let's see what happens here. Maybe just a little bit slow on the... Yeah, it's just slow on the entrance is all. But unfortunately for now, Tom Rappaport's... looks like Rancesoni is back on the racetrack, so he's fighting for points. Jor Last goes around again with... Well, excuse me, this is the incident earlier that's brought Jor Last and Tom Rappaport. Oh boy, this is going to be a scent. Oh, brake rotors already glowing for Jor Last. Jor, you got a feel for here, because remember, he started in that 17th spot. He continued to work his way up the field there, and unfortunately just gets tagged. Around he'll go. Thankfully doesn't go. Holy, that's how Tom Rappaport got some pretty heavy damage. They're unfortunately going to go for a little bit of a play in the sands. Get back out there, Jor. We are not at the beach. Have to re-rack them, restack them here, especially within that feature race. Daniel continuing to lead. Alain Gabay back out here for the battle for the race lead, but for how long? Alain Gabay now well within striking distance. 0.4 of a second separating Alain Gabay and Daniel. Just before this battle starts to heat up a little too much here. I know we're about halfway down within our first heat race for the Gold Series. Go ahead, I think you all know what time it is. Enjoy the sights and sounds here from Misano World Circuit, and I'm going to be right back with you before this battle for the lead. It's a little too good. I'll be right back with you. crank this puppy back down. Welcome back, everybody. Exit 9, not Shane. If you're still in here, man, I appreciate you, man. You have been just, you've been killing it here within the Fendi Pass League, as well as you're just a great guy and friend overall, Shane. I really appreciate everything that you're saying down there live on YouTube, man. Always know how to have a fun time. I can't wait to eventually get back out on the track with you. I know for a little bit I have traded in the steering wheel for the microphone here, but I'm not officially out of the driver's seat by any means here. ILAKA Bay, watching these drivers just on the track, it makes me want to get out here with them, but somebody's got to get the old broadcast done. In all seriousness, though, Shane, I really appreciate everything that you do there behind the scenes. Keep up the great work, man. Real quick, back to the battle for, this is what is the race lead. I was going to mention, though, ILAKA Bay, remember 2 weeks ago, in the Gold Series race, I believe ILAKA Bay came away with the weekend sweep. If not, he did, I know for a fact, win the feature race from Spa. He's continued to knock on that rear diffuser of Daniel up there in front, but really not making any gains within that last lap. Still within 4 to 5 tenths of a second back. Speaking of 4 to 5 tenths of a second back, 3.4 to 5 tenths of a second back. 3 seconds back there. Is Yuval Merrick. Goodness, I tried to set that one up. It did not work. The driver of the 25, another Lamborghini. Lamborghini's running 2nd through 4th right now. Also got one sprinkled in 8th, 12th, and 16th, and 17th. Yuval Merrick, he finished Spa feature race number 2 weeks ago in that 2nd spot. He's running P3 right now, and remember, if you're just now joining us, we looked at the point standings earlier on in the race, right when we started the Gold Series race, and we continue to see Yuval. He is just hanging right up there with him, I believe top 3 in the points. This is going to be a really nice run for him tonight if he's able to keep this up with only 5 minutes to go left in feature race. Remember, top 10 drivers are inverted here tonight. Rantasoni, he was fighting it out for that 10th spot. 10th spot will be the pole position sitter for our feature race. Looks like right now it belongs to the American Power Ford Mustang GT3. Driver number 2, it's Sick Grossman here tonight. It looks like a bumblebee. He's got some yellow, he's got some black. I think there's a song about that. It goes black and yellow, black and yellow. That's closest you're gonna get me to singing here tonight, but it's Sick. He's gained 2 spots, so he's really had to work for this P10 spot. It's going to help him out in the points, as well as that pole position spot for our feature race, if he's able to hold it off. Matty, Rosen, Ayeli starting to go at it here. Really nice battle for the 7th and 8th spots here on the track. Matty Rosen, he has gained 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. So far, our biggest mover on the day is going to be Eran Delitsky there, who is in the 9th position, who has gained 4 spots. Goodness gracious, ILAKA Bay, you can tell by the car language there, he is just sending it through these corners, trying to put the posted stamp on it and mail it. Well, we've seen some switcheroos, we've seen some side-by-side action, we've seen those switchbacks happen here from the more technical portions of the Misano World Circuit. That's 4.2 kilometers a lap to work with, 16 different turns. These drivers, once again, they have mental wounds that are still healing, driving them insane. Each one of these drivers are going off the rails on a crazy train. Rest in peace, Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness. He would be loving this battle right now between Berezowski as well as Gabay. Here we go, side by side for the race lead. No contact made. Lamborghini ILAKA Bay out to the race lead. Look at the run that Alon was able to get out of the 15th and 16th corner there, heading back towards the start-finish straight, really to carry that momentum quite a bit more than Daniel is here, as we're going to open up turns number 1 and 2, little switch back to 3 and 4, tight, heavy braking zones here, really nice passing opportunities, but right now it looks like Daniel Berezowski is not close enough to make a move. Only 2 laps to go left within our heat race for the Gold Series here in the IIL, ILAKA Esports and Karting GT3 Silver and Gold Series. This time it's the Gold Series showing us how it's done. Alain Gabay is continuing to grow that gap, 5/10 and gaining, looking 6/10 now. Oh, deep into the braking zone goes Daniel. That Hoonigan Audi GT3. How often do we see an Audi within the iRacing universe? Wow, it's bringing me back here. We continue to rewrite the iRacing history books. Well, that Audi continues to stay in the history books there, as well as continues to show some pace. Yuval Merrick, though, if these drivers, if Daniel is able to get back up to Alain, you can never write out Yuval Merrick here. Real quick, back onto live driver cams. As we see Yuval, he's got his world's biggest fan there behind him. That'll cheer you on. As we see the triple monitor set up there for Yuval. That will really, you can see the apexes pretty well as he's going to hit that one pretty well. Oh boy. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is VR and triple screens are completely different from one another, and I'm curious down there live on YouTube land if you do any sim racing there of yourselves, let me know what you run on. Is it VR or is it triple screens? Anyways, back out to the race lead. We got Alain Gabay still with a 8/10 of a second gap over Daniel here around the white flag lap. Last lap to go, only 16, 15, only now 14 turns to go as we continue to tick a little closer to that checkered flag. Hoonigan, driver of Daniel, number 321 Audi GT3, continues to show some nice pace. You'll have to watch this driver though work his way up through the race field. Will be starting 9th on for the feature race. Alain Gabay will be starting 10th if he can find the checkered flag here tonight. White flag lap, 1 lap to go, 1 straightaway to go here. It's going to be a last ditch opportunity for Daniel. Is Daniel close enough to find himself within that slipstream, within that long draft within these GT3 cars? The gap right now, 7/10 of a second and closing, but the draft, the straightaway, I don't think it's long enough for Daniel to come up here and make a move. Here we go through turns 14, 15, and coming up to 16 for the final time here for the heat race for gold. This is going to be good. Will Alain take it to the checkered flag? Looks like he will. 6/10 of a second. Just has 1 more turn to work with here. Congratulations, Alain Gabay coming and taking the race opener here tonight from Misano. Daniel Berezowski there, he's going to come away with P2. Yuval Merrick, he's got to like where he's running. He'll have to start P7, though, in our feature race. Rodham Katz, Ignacio Glumser, as well as Henri Farag out here will round out 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Here comes Matty Rosen, Ayeli, as well as Adam Delitsky. Itzik Grossman, though, is pretty much our winner here tonight. Well, not winner, but kind of driver in the best seat, you could call it, starting on pole position for feature race. Here comes Mark Zubarev to take away P11. Yossi Gabay right there behind. Ido Balstan, Dima Medvednik, as well as Rantisoni for last will round out. Oh, Tomer Ventura and Tom Rappaport rounding out our 18 driver run here tonight. Real quick before that second race does start, let's take a look at a couple of replays I have real quick. Oh, well, that's a good one. There you see Tom Rappaport just chilling in the pits. Here's Dror Last. Well, this is why Tom Rappaport was chilling in the pits. Here's Dror Last. Ooh, gets a... Oh, it wasn't even... The Porsche, the number 50 there, I do believe that was of Ido Balstan. And there you saw, if we back that up here real quick. Hang with us here. Beep, beep. Oh, mother. Okay, well, I was about to... I was going to try and show that Ido Balstan tried to do everything that he could to keep it off of Tom Rappaport there, but now these drivers get to re-rack them, restack them, top 10 inverted. Let's take a look at our starting grid. It's going to be Itzik Grossman out there. That Ford Mustang's going to put it on the theoretical pole. He'll have Idan Delitsky, Ayeli right there beside him. How about Matty Rosen starting in the second row back? Henri Farag, Ignacio Glumser, Rodham Katz, Yuval Merrick, Daniel Berezowski, Alain Gabay. Ooh, that's going to be tough to watch right there. Daniel and Alain going at it from 9th and 10th on track, as well as Mark Zubarev, Yossi Gabay right there starting 11th and 12th. Ido Balstan, Dima Medvednik, Rancesoni, drawer last, Tomer Ventura, and Tom Rappaport, rounding out our 18 driver field here tonight for the feature race. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's hear it live in YouTube land. Let's get this race kicked off here for the Gold Series feature race coming at you live. My name is Sean Stam. I appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight live, or if you're watching that race replay back, that is A-OK as well. We are going to see Itzik Grossman and Andalitsky here start on the front row. The field will be in these drivers' hands. It's going to be fun to watch that Ford Mustang American Power scream down that front straightaway. Here we go, live on SSN and IIL. The field is in your hands. On the gas we go. This starts a little bit troubled. We got to settle it down. Oh no, that's going to be a big one into the front running corner there for Iran Dalitsky. He's going to go around early on. We'll get back to the battles here around the track as well. We're going to have to keep an eye on Alon Gabe as well as Yuval Merrick. Yuval already makes his way up to P4, but Yuval gets tagged. Around he goes. I give that the Sean and Tater curse here tonight. Right when I mentioned Yuval's name, unfortunately going to get a little bit of help and goes around. It's Itzik Grossman, that Ford Mustang, continuing to lead our feature race for the Gold Series. You better run though, you better hide. We have drivers with all sorts of pace on a tear here tonight. There's some more side by side. Oh no, it's going to be a BMW off the track. Tomer Ventura is going to go around. Thankfully don't touch it. He's going to keep it off the rumble strips there and the wall. Unfortunately, god dang it, boys. We got battles and wrecks all over the racetrack. This time, Ido Baustan once again goes around, as well as Rodham Katz. Going to take him right there with him. So there's Tomer Ventura going for a little bit of a play in the grass there, and here we go. Up and through it, the uphill double right-hander section there. God, Rodham Katz gets so deep in the braking zone, hard into the right side panel of Ido Baustan. Unfortunately sends him around. We'll take a look at some other replays here in a few moments as we got some battles starting to heat up once again. Ignacio Glumsher ran a little bit wide there out in that replay as we got side by side. Ignacio Glumsher, Rancesoni looking single file. There's that side by side. Yuval Merrick trying to work his way back up through the field as you look at the rear end damage there to the Yuval Merrick machine. Itzik Grossman trying to run away with it. He's got that 7/10 of a second gap down. No, it's down to 5. It's continuing to close here. Ayeli starting to show some pace as well. Ayeli started 3rd, sitting 2nd right now, as well as Maddie Rosen. Maddie started 4th, sitting 3rd right now. Battle for the race lead. It starts to heat up. It starts to broil. Here comes Yuval Merrick. He's got no rear diffuser. He has no rear bumper to work with, but he continues to put passes down. That time, he says, thank you very much, Tom. Take away P9 here. Rancesoni right up here in front of Yuval Merrick. He's continuing to put some nice running down here. Some nice laps. Nice lap times, though. Unfortunately, though, for Rand, he had that awful start to the heats race number 1, trying to run away from Ignacio Glumsher right now. Rancesoni, I'm shown, gained 8 spots since the drop of the green flag here tonight, the feature race. What a start to the race here, though, for Rand. He will run a little bit wide. Ignacio Glumsher still trying to knock on that rear diffuser, though. But both live driver cameras. Drivers right now running 7th and 9th on track. Oh no, Yuval Merrick goes for a play in the sand. Once again, we are not at the beach here. Yuval, get that thing back out on track. There you go. We'll lose about a spot or 2, but I'm just messing with me. There's no grip to work with right there. You see 0 bumper left. You gotta let down force, but the diffuser, but just that car is just not handling the way that you would want it to there for Yuval. One of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I do believe, Lamborghinis. Back out here to the battle for the race lead. Once ago, we got a Lamborghini reeling in forward. How many times have we seen this throughout history? Lamborghini versus Ford. Also, not really any Ferraris here tonight, but that BMW, Maddie Rosen, big sniff mobile. Gains 1 spot since the drop of the green flag here tonight. The gold feature race will run side by side there between Alain Gabay. Alain, heat race winner. He's going to come around, try to take the inside. It'll switch back here this time by Alain and Matty Rosen. I can't believe this here. Alain Gabay, he is already knocking on the final driver interview spot here. Once again, door quarter has the inside clear. Alain Gabay up to P3, Ayeli up to P2. These top runners, though, Alain Gabay, they can see it within their driver black box. Winner of the race is already back up to P3 here in the feature. Is a weekend sweep in the running here for Alain Gabay. Matty Rosen, Daniel Berezowski are up into the 4th and 5th spot as well. But Omri Farrak, he is right at the sort of end of this little gaggle of cars here, if you could call it that. Omri, he's had himself a nice run so far. He started P6. Excuse me, started P5. He's down to P6 right now. But he's had a little bit of contact to work with earlier in the race. None fault of his own, but just trying to make it up and through right there as we see Matty Rosen go for a blink, and that's why. Here we go. Ford Mustang's going to lose the lead to Ayeli. Here comes Alain Gabay. He's going to try to follow suit down the inside blind. No, it's Zick Grossman. No, it's down to find the outside line there. No contact, no harm, no foul, but unfortunately, just going to lose 4 spots there for Itzik. He's going to try and get at least one back. No, he's going to run wide. Here comes Omri Farrak, the driver of the number 2, struggling for grip right now from Misano. Ayeli, Alain, the two front runners here from that last sort of heat race. Right now, we got Ayeli working with 2,800 road course I rating, trying to hold off a driver with double that road course I rating. Alain Gabay knocking on that rear diffuser. Here we see Matty Rosen right up with them as well. Driver number 88 showing really nice pace here tonight. Alain Gabay, he's starting to have to work with a little bit of dirty air off the front of that leading car in front of him. Oh, here we go. Is Alain going to get side by side? Doesn't quite get there just yet. Will we see the switchback? No, you saw the brake rotors glowing there for Alain Gabay. He tries to get to the outside of Ayeli. They're not able to make it happen. Still running single file for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. How about Daniel? He's right back up in the Hoonigan machine. We continue to almost make some contact, though. That got close that time between Ayeli and Alain. Reason I say Daniel, though, Daniel started in that 9th spot, already finds his way back up to P4, gaining 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. Hopping on board with them here. Almost contact once again between Matty Rosen and Daniel. Almost contact between the race leaders as well. Oh, dive bomb down the inside. Ayeli's going to send it along on Alain. Matter of fact, that was Alain down into the inside. Put a stamp on it and sent it through the mail. Alain Gabay to the race lead over Ayeli. I don't think this battle is over just yet, though. Here will we see some contact? 2 very similar paint schemes. Oh, Ayeli's going to get big loose there. Matty Rosen continues to blink. Real quick, let's take a look at how Alain Gabay got that pass done. It was a nice, clear, little clean move, little bit of a bump, little bit of a run. You got to do what you got to do. Slight trading paint. 15 up to the race lead. I wouldn't doubt if we do start to see this gap grow between Alain Gabay and Ayeli. Here we have Matty Rosen, Daniel right there with them. Omri Farrak is once again a shark that smells blood in the water. He's kind of in that driver seat at this point in the race. With that drive, with the battling up there in front, you want to be a part of it so bad, and with them continuing to do battle this close, you're probably losing here just a little bit of time to Omri Farrak. Alain Gabay, Ayeli, Matty Rosen, 1, 2, 3 right now. 8.5 minutes down out of this 20-minute feature. Oh, that was a dive bomb down there for Matty Rosen. He didn't send it down into the inside, just deep into the braking zone. But there you see the time that he will lose off of the exit. You got to compromise your entries for exits. Oh, look at that. What a move there. Holy guacatoolies. Daniel Berezowski there tried to take and make some notes there from the Alain Gabay pass. Golly, we made a little bit of contact there. These drivers live to fight another day somehow, some way. Goodness gracious, what a send for Dan. Real quick, it's at Grossman. Remember, this driver started up here on the pole after our top 10 inversion. He has lost 8 spots now, unfortunately, falling back to P8. He was just fighting it out there with Ignacio Glumpscher. Unfortunately, though, for Ignacio, that #1 Lamborghini machine, he will drive up here to P7. Real quick, another live look at the live driver cams. Ray Sassoni up top, Yuval Merrick up bottom. Yuval, you got to feel for Yuval was up there. He started to tick down. It started to gain quite a few spots on that lead opening lap for the feature race here in the Gold Series. Yuval, unfortunately, though, just got pile drove into. He continues to work with quite a bit of cosmetic damage that continues to slow Yuval down. Yaley, Matty Rosen, still single file for the moment, but here comes Daniel once again. I warned you guys, don't count out that Audi 321. Daniel tonight still having a really nice run, up 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. He is continued to knock on Matty Rosen's back bumper here. Not going to send it tight too deep into this time, because you gotta compromise the corner entry for the corner exit. Daniel, matter of fact, did that. He's going to be right on that number 88, Matty Rosen's rear diffuser here. Going to make our way through it. That the kink in our long right, the long back straightaway is here. Oh, Daniel. He tried to make a move, but Matty Rosen with a nice defensive block there, not going to allow it. Will we see a move? Here we see it, side by side between the Audi and BMW. Daniel, he had the inside line. It's going to be a switchback back to the outside line this time by. Still side by side. Is he able to get his nose up there to turn 16? No, not quite. Daniel doesn't quite get that final driver interview spot out of Matty Rosen just yet. 9 minutes to go in the feature race for Gold Series. These drivers are all putting it out here tonight. Elbows are out. We've seen some trading paints. We've seen body panels all flying all sorts of ways. We see Daniel deep into the braking zones. He is not as a care for the world for the brakes and tires left on this machine. He is putting it all out on the move here tonight. Will we see a move down the inside line? I believe we will, as Matty Rosen continues to blink out. That's got to be a little distracting. Daniel says, I'm sorry here, buddy. I got places to be. Daniel up to P3, takes away the final driver interview spot away from a blinking Matty Rosen. Or does he? Side by side once again. I thought that move was set and made in concrete. No, Matty Rosen back door quarter clear for the final driver interview spot. What a switcheroo here once again from Misano, as well as here comes Omri Farag, just waiting here once again. The shark that smells the blood in the water is Omri Farag. He started he's running right where he started this race in that 5th spot, but he does have some pace. Who is their contact? Not quite. Oh, Daniel's going to go a little wide. It'll set him back up for the inside line, but not close enough to be side by side for Matty Rosen for that final driver interview spot. Really quick, Yossi Gabe drawer last. This battle is starting to heat up as well. It's only 2 cars going at it, not 3 and 4, but I'm trying to give at least everybody time here tonight. We complete lap 9 here, 13 minutes down, 8 minutes to go. Matty Rosen has that hard charging Audi. Daniel Rosowski right there behind him. Here comes Omri Farag. He is right there with this battle as well. Blanket over 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th running spots here tonight. Matty Rosen, he has been passed by Daniel here before. It was this same turn. Daniel, he's going to try and size him up. Matty's going to try to play that defensive line. Oh, he goes deep trying to play the defensive line. Here comes Daniel back around the inside. Daniel's going to try and take Omri Farag with him here. Here comes Omri around down the inside. Rancesoni, where did he come from? Call Rancesoni, a driver with a man on the mission here tonight. Gained the most spots. Matter of fact, tied with gaining the most spots after Alain Gabe started to run away with our race lead. 4-second gap there for Alain after we saw him start from that 9 spots. They're all the way at the back of the field. Here comes Matty Rosen. Omri Farag right there as well. Rand Tassoni knocking on that bumper. Rand gets a little loose there, has to catch that Lamborghini. GT3, number 43, to run a little bit wide, not try and compromise this next corner exit here. Get the throttle down, get it down smooth, keep these hands steady here, Rand. You are definitely within this final runner spot here as the battles here for that, the final driver interview spot continues to heat up. Look at Ignacio Glumser and Rodham Katz right there behind this battle. Goodness gracious, Daniel, you better run, you better hide, because Matty Rosen, you have passed. Matty Rosen could be holding him up here as we're going to see some side-by-side between Omri Farag. Rand Tassoni is right there with them. There's that Porsche number 997. Omri just trying to get to Matty Rosen's side. 5 minutes left to go in this race. You're not going to miss a thing here, but I will treat you to the last time here tonight. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the racetrack here from Misano. GT3 engines purring. What a send there for Rodham Katz. Rodham Katz going to go a little too wide. We'll hop on board with here. Crank this puppy up. Slowly crank this down before I get too excited up here, boys and girls. Look at Rand Tassoni, once again, the man on the mission here tonight, all the way up to P6. After gaining 9 spots since the drop of the green flag in this feature race, we continue to see Rand Tassoni work his way up to the race field. And that's not even with contacting, most of the time, often not. He's doing it most clean and competitively as he's trying to work his way a mental sort of pass here over Omri Farag. You see the weaving it down the straights, you can do in this ILAKA Esports, especially these GT3 cars. Rand, he's just trying to mess with Omri there in front of him because you can tell that he is well within striking distance here. Speaking of mess with them, he is, getting a little bit of contact there. That's going to be a little bit of cosmetic damage there as we got a driver going around. That looked like Dima. I saw that right out the corner of my eyes, going for a play in the beach sand here. That's some pretty heavy damage to that. Another Ferrari here tonight. 1 of 2. All right, should be coming to the white flag lap next time by. These drivers continuing to put it all out here on the track here tonight. Rand Tassoni, he's going to get a dive bomb from Rodham Katz. Rodham had nowhere to go that time by as he went for a little bit of a spin, trying to make a move there on Rand Tassoni. Ran after now some side damage as well as some front wrinkle damage on that front nose. I think that's going to be a tough task to up and catch here Omri, who is running in that 5th spot. Matty Rosen, unfortunately, is going to lose that P3 running spot, final driver interview spot to Daniel Berezowski, Ayeli, as well as Alon. Man, you got to shout out to Alon Gabe here tonight, taking the white flag, 7.3 second gap over Ayeli, who just now crosses the start-finish line. 16 turns left here tonight, boys. 4.2 kilometers to work with. Closest battle on track here. Well, it's there between Rancisoni, Ignacio Glumpscher. Ignacio, he's really managed his stuff here tonight. Managed the brakes, managed the tires. Really haven't seen his hands go to work too terribly much here like we have seen some other drivers. Ignacio Glumpscher, will he take that sixth running spot over Rancisoni? Rand, remember, got a little bit of front damage now as well as side damage, going to hurt the aerodynamics for that GT3 machine. Omri Frag continuing to run away with it here for the fifth running spot, trying to reel in once again that blinky Matty Rosen. Matty sitting where he started here tonight, P4. Daniel, good gracious. Daniel, he's gained 6 spots. Ayeli, as a matter of fact, I would give driver of the day here tonight, even after a Long Bay sweep here from Misano. Ayeli, after starting in the 3rd spot, didn't have that heat race that he wanted. He's had enough pace to hold off the rest of the pack here, keeping it up in the 2nd running driver position, as well as, well, the 2nd out of 3 driver interviews. Gonna be fun to talk with here, Ayeli, as long as I don't give him the Sean and Tater curse and he doesn't go around. Just needs to make it all official. Speaking of make it all official, here we go from Misano World Circuit, the sweep. This week it belongs to Alain Gabay. Congratulations, checkered flag is out for the number 15 machine. Ayeli will come across the line, take away P2 tonight. That'll make that all official. The Audi Daniel up here, P3. You would not expect that, seeing an Audi in the iRacing universe. Really hadn't seen them too strong for quite a few seasons. Daniels will bring it home P3 for that Audi. Matty Rosen, Omri Farag, Rancisoni, Ignacio Glumpscher, Itzik Grossman, Rodham Katz, Yossi Gabay rounding out that top 10. Drawer last, Tom Rappaport, Yuval Merrick, you gotta feel bad for your ear for. So we take a look at a few replays here in a few moments' time. Tomer Ventura, Ido Balstan, Iran Dalitsky, Dima Medvedik, as well as Mark Zubarev rounding out our 18 driver field here tonight. Yeah, stick with us here on SSN. I'll bring you a couple replays here in a few moments' time, as well as you got to really look at and feel for Yuval's incident once again. Here's a quick replay at this one. And then we'll get some driver interviews, and then stick around. I'll bring you even some more replays after that. But here's Yuval, the IIL colored machine, baby blue, white. The car about middle of your screen, outside line. We'll see what happens to Yuval here once again. Just not his fault at all. Yeah, just contact with Daniel there. Daniel, though, that's cool for Daniel. Works his way back up to P3. Drivers, if you got yourself a copy, make sure you make your way down into the live driver interview booth. Real quick, here are the race results, and I appreciate every single one of you. Tal, I appreciate all your hard work here behind the scenes. Drivers, I appreciate you guys putting on a show, as well as, come on now, every single one of you, SSN, IIL, and the YouTube lands right now. We appreciate you guys. That's all who makes this possible. Real quick, though, we got Alain Gabay here. Hey, Alain, there's Sean Pham up in the booth. Congrats on the win here tonight. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very much.
Hey, congrats, Alain. That was a lot of fun to watch. We saw another sweep here. This time it's going to be from Misano. Congrats on that race win, and man, walk us through it. How'd you do it, man?
Yeah, I was just racing and had fun. I kept my head down in the first race because I saw that I'm falling down to 3rd place. So I just tried to push and be focused, and eventually it worked. And in the second race I said I will go easy, not over pushing, not battling too much with the other guys. And yeah, eventually it worked out as well, and finishing both of races at P1, so I'm really happy about it.
Gosh, I would be too, Alain. Congratulations once again on the sweep. It was so much fun to watch you there. You did put that head down. You ended, man, feature race with an 8.3 second gap. What was it like trying to work your way back up through the field after that top 10 inversion?
Yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed it. To be honest, I was supposed to race in Misano in real life 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't make it to this weekend, so I said now I will do it at least here, and I will give my best and try to win this race in this track. And yeah, it was really nice now, this race. I really enjoyed it.
Well, that adds to it even more there, Alan. That's pretty interesting. What car were you gonna drive here at Misano?
In real life, you mean?
Yeah.
Porsche GT4 RS. But yeah, it didn't happen, unfortunately. So now I drove the Lambo, and it's better.
Goodness, man. Alan, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Lamborghinis on the field here tonight. 2 out of those 8 finished in the top 3. Congrats once again here, Alan. Real quick before we let you go, man, anybody who you'd like to shout out or makes this all possible for you?
Shout out to everyone. To be honest, from race to race, I see how everyone improve with the defending, with attacking, with the lap times. I'm really happy about it. So shout out to everyone. Good job. And let's keep moving forward and make this league better.
Hey, we appreciate that, Alan, and have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you very much. Good night.
How about it? We got a couple other drivers here tonight. We're gonna bring it home to P2. Yaley, you got yourself a copy, man.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It was a good race. I think so. But I was a lot misked, but I learned. In the first lap, I think I was a little crash. All the race I drive with damage because this I drive very clean and not with the dry break my lap record for not track limit and slow down like the first race. But I think I progress. My permit's like a GT3, it's not like a Formula on the iRacing. I'm real racing driver. I'm champion of Israel of 2024. But with this weather, I need to continue to work. It's not the same. But after race, I'm learned and progress. I do my best every race.
Yeah, I was mentioning that there about 2-3 laps to go, Yaley. You started up here only P3, and that's really special with the top 10 inversion that you had the pace and had defense to hold these guys off. Congrats on your P2 finish here tonight, podium finish. Yaley, before we let you get going, man, who would you like to shout out, or is there anybody who makes this all possible for you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, me too think so. But however, I need to continue to hard work and learn the Moza. It's new for me. But we have a very good community, so I can ask if I need help. I always say it every time I need to learn for progress. This is what I do. And for the next race, I try to do it again. And try take victory and two podium of 2 races. Like I said, continue to hard work.
Well, we appreciate that, Yaley. Have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you so much, and good night, and see you next race. Good night.
Alrighty, no Daniel here in the booth here tonight, but I do have 2 more drivers left to go. We got Ran Sassoni as well as the Silver Series sweep. Audi Goldberg there. Audi, I'll get here with you in just a moment after Ran. Ran, you got yourself a copy, man. You're bringing home P6 here tonight.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. I probably say this after every time, but I'm sweating up here watching you guys. I couldn't imagine out there, especially, goodness, 20 minutes feature, or 20 minutes heat as well. Ran, you're gonna gain 9 spots though in this feature race. What was it like working your way up and through the field?
Well, I shouldn't have been there in the first place. I really messed up the first one. You know, I got a bag of excuses and reason. I didn't practice this track, and I'm feeling a bit under the weather, and I gotta slow down, which I tried to clear without getting past, and I failed miserably, so I ended up serving a penalty and 16-second stop and go in the pits, which completely ruined any chance, and kinda frustrated me. So you know, I was hoping even after the mistakes and the slowdown that the first slowdown, I mean, that I had during the race, that maybe I will be in the top 10 and in the future race in the inverted grid, I will have better chance of getting championship points. But like I said, I messed it up, and in the second race, I just gave it all I got. I mean, there was an accident in the first lap, which gave me a bit of front end damage. But I managed to keep the car on the black stuff, and I had good pace. I tried to avoid any slowdowns, but still got like 16x from off track, so just at the limit. There was a fight. I mean, I was 6th, so I was fighting for P5 with Omri, but it was really a fight for P3, which I really wanted to get in, and I thought I have a chance, but eventually Daniel just pulled out from the fight, and we continued scrambling, and Omri kept his position. He had a good defense, and I ended up finishing P6 or P5, I think. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's not the best race I had this season, but I'm gonna come back stronger in the next one for sure.
Gosh, it seems like since the first race in the GT3 series, you've been showing even more pace. Well, shoot, the whole field has. It's fun to go from one car to another here at the ILAKA Esports and Karting Leagues, and well, we got the pretty popular GT3 car we're working with now, and I think we're all starting to figure it out just a little bit better and at about the same rate as one another. Real quick, Ran, congrats on your P6 finish here tonight. Who we shouting out to makes it all happen?
Yeah, so shout out to everybody that is taking part in the series and racing with us. We've built an amazing community, and it's really fun also seeing the guys in real life and meeting them at the real life tracks. Many of us actually race real life cars, and so thanks for everybody that is taking part in the virtual series. For Tal for managing, ILKA for sponsoring this league and making this all happen, and of course for you, Sean, at Stamp Studios for broadcasting. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, Ran. That means the world to me, man. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you very much, man.
Alrighty, that's you'd think would do it, but nope. We have Silver Series. Man, the myth, the legend, he swept them out here from Misano, just like the gold, but nope, silver. Odie, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, I apologize. I missed the interview after the Silver Series race, but at least, thank goodness you're still around here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Walk us through it, man. What was it like, and especially, I mean, you don't have the top 10 inversion to work with in the Silver Series, but it was a lot of fun watching you take to the different drivers.
Yeah, so throughout the whole race, I just tried to stay consistent, to not do any mistakes, keep the car on track. It was quite a boring race to me, to be honest. Yeah. And in qualifying, I had a few mistakes in my lap, but it was enough for pole. And that's it.
Well, it definitely had the pace, had the speed there in the Silver Series. YouTube chat was going crazy for you. I don't know if it still shows after I end the stream or whatever, but man, you got had some fans that are rooting for you, Odie. Congratulations on your race sweep here from Misano. Before we let you get going, man, who would you like to shout out, and is there anybody who made that all possible for you?
I would like to shout out my dad, because he's the guy that helped me afford my sim. And yeah.
Hey, that's pretty special there, Odie. We appreciate you sticking around here until after the Gold Series. Apologies there, I should have got you after Silver. That's on me, but congrats once again, Odie, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. Have a good night. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, thank you, man.
Bye.
Alrighty, boys and girls, sim racing fans of all ages, that's going to do it here from Virtual Misano. Good. We saw 2 sweeps happen, both in silver and gold. So much fun to watch. I was sweating up here in the booth. I'm sure these drivers were as well. Thank you all. Melanie, Leanne, Ted, Shane Wells down there live in YouTube land. At least on the SSN side of things. I couldn't keep the old IIL stream open as well. Too much going on at one time, but I appreciate if you joined in there as well. Thank you all, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll catch you next time. Peace, everybody.